We are here and we are back. Shout out to Taiwan and the very noisy outside streets that bled into all the videos over the past week and a bit. But I'm back here in Vancouver and we've got ourselves a trade. We're talking about Ivan Fedotov. No, not talking about Ivan Demidov just yet. We might have to wait a little bit more to talk about him and the Canadiens, but Ivan Fedotov has just gotten traded from the Philadelphia Flyers to the Columbus Blue Jackets. I say just. This happened a few hours ago. I was on the plane, folks. Hold the plane. Now I'm back here and I want to talk about this deal. Elliot Friedman had the scoop. Some news today. Philadelphia will be trading Ivan Fedotov to Columbus. The Blue Jackets have been looking to add a goalie. Now they have another. The trade goes as follows. It is Ivan Fedotov from Philly to Columbus in exchange for Columbus's 6th-round pick in 2026. And there's a very particular angle that I'm starting to see people explore. Last time Philadelphia gave us a goalie they didn't want, he won a couple of Vezinas, then went down to Florida and won a few cups. And Jay Fresh said the same thing. This went really well for the Flyers last time, if I recall correctly. Last time the Flyers sent away a Russian goaltender to Columbus, it was none other than Sergei Bobrovsky. Bob, as everybody likes to call him. Initially an unsigned free agent who found himself in the Philadelphia organization, posted up an .899 save percentage in 29 games played, only to get sent over to Columbus and then become an immediate stud. .932 save percentage in 38 games the next year, .923 in 58 games the year after that, a .931 save percentage in 63 games in 2016-17. Say what you want about Sergei Bobrovsky's introduction to the $10 million AAV contract that he's on right now, but the guy was a multiple-time Vezina winner, so good, now a double-time Stanley Cup champion, triple-time Stanley Cup finalist, and Ivan Fedotov is looking to follow in Bob's footsteps. Now, is Fedotov the goalie that Bobrovsky is? Absolutely not. You can't even say they're in the same territory development-wise. If we compare the player versus Sergei Bobrovsky straight up, I mean, you can see that Ivan Fedotov was a lot older than Bobrovsky was when Bobrovsky got sent over to Columbus and when he started to become really gosh darn good. Fedotov, for what it's worth, just had himself a season at 28 years old, where he posted up an .880 save percentage in 26 Philadelphia Flyers games. Sergei Bobrovsky, by the time he was this age, had already played 3 seasons with the Columbus Blue Jackets. So, obviously, Ivan Fedotov is probably not going to be Bob. He had himself a year this previous with the .880 and then an .811 save percentage the year before that, coming over to Philadelphia after being a pretty good CSKA Moscow goaltender. Fedotov also is a lot taller and bigger than Bob is. Sergei Bobrovsky, 6'2", 183, a little bit on the smaller side for top-tier goaltenders, but still athletic as all heck, reads to play well, very good positional goaltender. Ivan Fedotov is 6'7", 214. He gets by on his size, he's a big dude, and Columbus was looking for that little extra in net to push them over the edge. Let's go over onto this article on ProHockeyRumors.com by Josh Erickson that dives into the trade rationale for both of these teams. The Blue Jackets have acquired Ivan Fedotov from the Flyers in exchange for their 6th-round pick in 2026. No salary is retained in the deal, according to The Athletic's Kevin Kurtz. Columbus will acquire Fedotov after his first NHL season came in well below expectations. The 28-year-old had a long road to NHL minutes, including a years-long contract saga that involved mandatory military service in Russia and IIHF sanctions imposed upon him over conflicting contracts with Philadelphia and CSKA Moscow. But he finally arrived in North America in April 2024. He made his first 3 NHL appearances for the Flyers before signing a 2-year extension with a $3.275 million cap hit. Oh my gosh, the guy's making some money here until the end of this upcoming year. That theoretically locked in their goaltending tandem with Sam Ersson, also in the picture through at least this upcoming season. Yet Fedotov, a former KHL goalie of the year who was viewed as potentially one of the next wave of high-end Russian netminders, barely held on to an NHL job. The military service that caused him to miss the 22-23 season entirely was a significant statistical turning point for the 6'7", 214-pound goalie. He made 26 relief appearances last year, logging an .880 save percentage and .315 goals against with a 6-13-4 record. His 33% quality start rate was quite subpar, especially considering he posted a save percentage below .850 in 10 of his 24 starts. With an expected GAA of .258, Fedotov also received the most manageable defensive workload of the Flyers' 3 goalies, according to MoneyPuck. That's some really good statistical breakdowns, honestly, thinking about Fedotov and just the quality of play that he was playing off against comparative to the other Philadelphia goaltenders. Columbus, on the other hand, they're looking for an insurance option if starter Elvis Merzlikins struggles and youngster Jet Greaves' first chance at a full-time NHL role does not pan out. Fedotov is far from a sure thing either, but they're betting on his overseas track record as evidence of a potential bounce back. He boasts a .921 save percentage and .222 goals against with 10 shutouts in 133 career KHL games and had a 21-22 season for the books, leading CSKA to a Gagarin Cup championship with a staggering .937 save percentage and .185 goals against in 22 postseason games. The Jackets, whom Puckpedia projects to have over $15.5 million in cap space, will have no problem taking on Fedotov's full salary for a year before he becomes eligible for UFA status. If he doesn't make the team over Greaves and Merzlikins, his cap hit is high enough that he should clear waivers without issue and serve as a third-string option in the AHL's Cleveland Monsters organization. It's worth noting that Jet Greaves is no longer waiver exempt. It'll be an uphill battle for Fedotov to convince the Jackets to risk losing Greaves on waivers, so if he makes the team, it'll likely mean a 3-goalie rotation in Columbus. Now that makes sense too. Jet Greaves was very good in his very limited sample with the Blue Jackets last season. They want to see more out of him, but if he is not good enough, there is some insurance. Maybe the Blue Jackets don't want to lose Jet Greaves on waivers for nothing. Let's scroll down here. The Flyers are clearing up a bit of a logjam. With Fedotov in the picture, they had 4 goalies in the mix for NHL minutes. Ersson and Kolosov were still under contract, and they also signed Dan Vladar. In trading Fedotov, they clear out the worst value contract of the 4, with Kolosov remaining waiver exempt. Now returning to the traditional 2-goalie setup with only Ersson and Vladar on the opening night roster. Despite carrying a cap hit above $3 million, Fedotov will cost the Blue Jackets only $775,000 in actual money. His base salary in 25-26 was only the league minimum. His other compensation came via a $2.5 million signing bonus, which the Flyers have already paid. So pretty good dive here from this piece as to the Fedotov acquisition by Columbus. I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Could this guy become the next Sergei Bobrovsky? Okay, we're not going to go out there and say that. They're not in the same territory, folks, unfortunately. But Fedotov is a new Blue Jacket, and I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this trade. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.